everybody.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I am Janae Strother.
I'm Sean Spencer.
Back.
We are back.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta go out and hold up.
Come on. The lion. The lion. New man of the so fine. Kirk Cousins.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday, baby. It's Tuesday. That means we are sitting together at the round table. Yeah, buddy. And I'm with my people. I'm with my two partners that have been getting down with me since January of last year. Since 2020. You see who she is, the host of Diversity with Delilah, Delilah Crespo. Yeah.
Clapping in ASL.
Right. There you go.
And the man that needs no introduction, Mr. Nicholas, I want the smoke, Rosario.
Hey, how's everybody doing on this fine Tuesday? How we doing?
Buddy.
Right, let's do this.
We are definitely good. We are most certainly good in this Tuesday. Wait a minute. This is a beautiful day, ladies and gentlemen. This is, and one of the reasons this is a beautiful day, my guy sent me this morning.
It's because it's the.
Let's see if I can get it.
Oh, I know why. You know why? Do you know why?
It's the 21st of September, ladies and gentlemen.
Of course.
If you don't know the song, it's Earth, Wind, and Fire. Do you remember? 21st of September. Do you remember? Let's go.
September. There you go.
Gotta shout out my guy Will Kramer, who hit me up with that a year ago, and we played it right before. And I'm so glad I remembered that. Gotta shout you out, man. Doing big things. Ladies and gentlemen, we have got a jam-packed show tonight. We have a couple special guests coming on to talk about their people. Definitely trying to get y'all involved and get y'all on here to talk football, because that's what we love to do. No doubt. You know what I'm saying? But before we do that, I definitely wanted to do what we always do in the beginning of the show. We do our birthdays. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, is very, very near and dear to my heart. My little baby brother, Jared Spencer, ladies and gentlemen, has his birthday tomorrow. I believe he turns 26.
You're not sure?
He was born in 95. So,
happy birthday, little brother.
26, I believe. Yeah.
26.
So shout out to him.
Happy birthday.
Love him
Happy
dearly.
birthday,
If
little
you
brother.
look over there on the other side of Delilah, and there's a little small emblem. He created the emblem, the logo for Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable, Let's Talk Football, and
Very
Washington
nice.
Football Weekly, man. That's all his creative genius, man. I just let him do his thing, and he came out with pure magic, man. So, Jared, I love you to death, man. I appreciate you so very much. Diehard Cam Newton fan. He's a diehard Panthers fan. So he has, he has that love from the Panthers days and dealing with all that good stuff.
Right.
Shout out to my brother, man. I am so happy for you, man. Graduated ODU, same college that a certain quarterback, Mr. Taylor Heineke, went to. Let's get it in. Yeah, you know how to throw that in there.
Oh, here we go.
We will discuss it. But look, you know why we're here, guys. We're here to talk football, man. Week 2 in the NFL is in the books. Delilah, I'm coming to you. Let's go to the game that happened just last night. And let me say this, ladies and gentlemen. Those of you that don't know, I definitely went out on a limb by myself and said the Detroit Lions were going to get the W. Egg is on my face. I'm wiping it off. The Detroit Lions did what they always do. They are who we thought they were.
That's right.
Delilah, man, what were your takeaways from the game last night?
So, like, first, it was exciting in the beginning, right? Because it was, like, back and forth. I was like, this is good. And then as soon as Packers came back in the second half, it was over with. Look, I don't know what happened to the Lions because they actually were looking good, though. Like, they were actually moving, you know. Like, and then they just, like, collapsed. And I don't know if they just gave up or if it was, you know, just Aaron Rodgers doing his thing because even though I think he's a putz, he is Aaron Rodgers, you know? And so I never denied, right. So I never denied that he wake up from being, you know, a putz. You can use a good I'm going to be polite. Right. So I figured as soon as he like shook all that off and he connected with his teammates again, right? We saw that, you know, Devontae was out, you know, downfield. Aaron Jones caught a bunch of touchdowns, but then sat out, which is why David Wright is upset.
Right? He definitely helped me yesterday, but
you know, like anyway, but you know, so he did his thing and he did his thing and he took a seat, you know, and so it was a good day for them, you know, and so I'm sure. And right now, they're lucky that they're facing a depleted San Francisco because that actually would have been exciting to watch. Yeah. So because San Francisco will be going into that game ahead because they're 2-0, but now they lost 3 running backs. So is that even keel? So that should be another win for Green Bay. Is all I'm saying.
It'll be interesting.
But we'll see how it goes. You know. We'll see how that goes for them. But yeah, they did what they did, right? And so now the NFC North still sucks.
Right. The West is the best. The West
exactly.
Is most certainly
but yeah,
the best.
he did thing. Detroit, I don't know. And I, you know, we said it way back, right? Before when we were thinking about this big blockbuster Matthew Stafford. And a lot of us were saying that we think the Rams got the better deal, and so far it's showing that yes, they did. So far,
Jared Goff didn't do much. Right, Jared Goff did not do much. But I have to ask the question. Nick, I got to come to you. I have to ask the question: is this a return of the man you loathe so much in Aaron Rodgers, or is this the Detroit Lions being the Detroit Lions? Sorry, babe.
Well, there's it could be a little bit of both. Obviously, you had to know that he was going to rebound after his Week 1 performance, pathetic Week 1 performance in New Orleans. Right? I mean, again, he is Aaron Rodgers. Right. Again, I know I give him crap for his outside activities this past year, and I will probably continue to do that throughout this entire year. But games played on Sunday, you know, Aaron Rodgers got born to a groove. You know, obviously he found his guys. He found Aaron Jones. Well, Aaron Jones found the end zone 4 times. So, I mean, you can't – when you're doing that, my friend, you're doing all right. So, yeah, I just think the second half, Detroit got caught up and I think trying to do too much maybe at times. You know, the running game was not great with Swift and Williams. I'm sorry, Williams. And I just think, you know, Detroit needed that more in the second half to try to take – you know, because they win it says – you know, you're winning by 3 at the half. So what do you want to do? Your second half plan should kind of be to come out and try to take control, run the ball, to build up clock, you know. And I just don't think that happened. And once, you know, anytime Aaron Rodgers gets the ball, he's flinging it. Like, you know he is.
Exactly.
And that's what he did. So, I mean, it was a typical, like, Lions-Packers game in a sense, the way the last few years have gone. So it's not so surprising. You know, they did cover the over, which was good for me, I guess, for that game. You know, the over was 48 and it was 50, but 52 points they scored there. So, no, but I'm just saying it's you know, typical. We'll see. Like you said, 49ers. 49ers still have a pretty decent defense. We'll see what they do with that. You know, I think it's too early to tell. That's the one thing about, you know, we're 2 games in and people are already, you know, who's your MVP candidate? Who's this? Who's that? Is this team done? Is this thing over? You remember, you still got 15 games, 17-game season. You got 15 games to play still. It's anybody's freaking ball game, my friend. Let me tell you. So we'll see. We'll see.
Right.
Verdict for me. The verdict is out.
No doubt. But however, I do have to say, if we didn't have these things to speculate about and guess about, then we would be out of a position.
Well, yeah. Oh, no.
So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, we are going to do one of the things that Nick said that the early MVP race.
Here it comes, baby. Right, here it comes.
Before we do that, I got to shout out my guy, Brandon Davis, the New Orleans Saints fan, is watching the show, talking about, please skip over the Saints game. I'm going to bed anyways. I feel for you, brother. I feel for you, man.
Why don't you want to talk about that? Come on, man.
We will definitely be talking about your quarterback.
Everybody's fair game on this program, right?
Right.
You're not legit get away with that after week 1. Come on, man.
But we will definitely dive into that. But we have got to move on real quick to the early MVP race, ladies and gentlemen. And there is a number of people on this list, but like Nick said, let me preface this with this. This is only week 2. This is only week 2. Okay? But I definitely want to throw out some people that are performing to an extremely high level. And Nick, I'm coming to you first. I want to start with Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, dear God, my man has been balling out these first 2 games of the year. I mean, is this believable? I mean, he does this, right?
Well, and I think that's the thing. I think people were waiting to see, because last year there was a lot of that flash too. He showed a lot of that, he could be this, he could be that. And I think that was the thing about for this year was, can Kyler come out now with his team complete and prove that he is the quarterback to take them forward? And again, 2 games, you've got 7 passing touchdowns, 2 rushing, he's got 3 interceptions. So he's right about probably where he should be, but his team's winning. And that's what's important. He's getting W's. And that's what you want, my friend. You want the W. Again, it's early, and, they have some tough competition coming up. As a matter of fact, this week, my boys got hold on, where's my paper? Y'all better stop taking my papers. The Cardinals, the Cardinals, well, actually, they have an easy game this week. They got the Jaguars. So you're about, so there you go.
The rich get richer.
Sometimes, my friend. But Carlos off to a good start. And again, can he maintain this, this kind of pace and, drop down the interceptions? We'll see. I mean, I hope so, because their defense, the defense is better. I mean, they still gave up 30-some points, but, the defense is a little better. And obviously he's got some weapons on offense. So we'll see. Like I said, Kyler, I think in some ways Kyler is still going to have to be the catalyst for that. Like, he's going to have to put in a lot of the work and get a lot of the stuff done in terms of making plays and getting to guys and that sort of thing. I think it's still a lot of it is going to fall on him. So we'll see how he responds to that pressure.
Yeah. Absolutely. I love that. And again, I got to keep coming back to this. It's only week 2. It's only week 2. But it's very true. I think he is going to have to be the straw that stirs the drink.
For sure.
He's the one having to do it. I mean, Edmonds has running back. He can do a little bit, but it's not really taking off. But I'm going to move.
He hasn't excelled yet. So, I mean, maybe he's finding his way, whatever. But Edmonds hasn't exactly lit him up in the backfield, so
exactly, and I think that's going to rear its ugly head, because, like we'll say with another member of this list, you don't want your quarterback to be your number 1 rusher.
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
You don't want that. That's not. It's not gonna. It can't maintain that for a long term.
No.
I'm going to go next, and I'm going to bring out this guy, Derrick Henry. Now, this one actually was a little questionable to me, and the reason is, Delilah, you were talking about it. His week 1 performance was not that great. He only had, I think, about 58 yards in that loss to aforementioned Arizona. So that was stressful. However, I cannot overlook week 2, 182 yards, 3 TDs, 237 total yards. My man had Derrick Henry just dominated. I mean, he does what he does. In fact, fun fact, him having 175 plus yards and 3 touchdowns in a game, he has done that for the 3rd time, and only 4 other running backs in NFL history have been able to do that. Jim Brown with 5, and then LT, AP, and Derrick Henry with the 3. So honestly,
he's in good company.
Again, yeah, he's in good company. It is very early again, but I think that if you could get him going, if you can get something, he had 35 carries in the game. So if you can continue to feed him and do that, and they went to overtime, so that extended the game as well. So that if you can keep feeding him, I think that's going to be something that's going to be huge. I think that's going to be good for them. But I'm going to go ahead and move on. Delilah, Cooper Kupp is on this list. How you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know if he should be on here. Like, I know he's having, again, I know he's having a stellar 2 weeks. Like, first week he had 108 yards, and 1 touchdown, but that's the same. That first week, Montgomery had the same, a touchdown, 108 yards. So they basically had the same. And then now week 2, he did better, 163 yards, 2 touchdowns. So he's eating, right? As a wide receiver, he's doing his thing. But I don't know if MVP. I don't know yet. I think for him, for sure, I would wait a few more weeks. Like, Derrick Henry's a beast, right? He's king of the north. Like, that's, what I'm saying? Like, it's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a different, to me, it feels like, even though I know it's 2 different positions, I know running back, but still, caliber-wise, I don't know. Let's give Coop, let's give Kupp 2 more weeks. And if he keeps playing this way, I think, for sure. I think he'll continue. Like, I think if he could do over 100 games like he's been doing every week, he goes in there and, like, does what he needs to do for Matthew Stafford. I definitely think that's Matthew Stafford's go-to wide receiver for sure, because look what he's doing, right? So he's going to get more numbers. And I think that, I think we just need to wait. Like, you just need to wait to see. But I don't know if he should be in this race yet.
Right. Nice. I like that. I like that. We do have to shout out Wendy, talking about ha. I'm so happy my boys finally won a game. And Aaron Jones needs to be the MVP for his dad. All right,
they found his ashes. They found them. They
found that little the chain.
Yeah, they found it. Yeah, one of the groundskeepers or something.
That's
yeah.
Good,
Thank God. All right, I am going to move on, and I am so excited about bringing this person on here. Ladies and gentlemen, you absolutely know who I have talked about all year. My man Nick tells me to let it go, but I will not. And when you see the jersey that she is wearing, you will understand why not. My dear friend, Katie Alverson, is on here. Tom Brady's biggest fan. Katie,
yeah.
I am his biggest fan. And he's 44 and showing everyone up. What do you say about that?
I think your camera's off.
Is it?
Oh my goodness.
We want to see you, Katie. Come on down.
We want to see the jersey.
Can you see me?
Right.
Can you guys see it? I see it.
No, I don't see her though.
I don't either.
Sorry.
Oh, wow.
Sees me, right?
There you are. I see you now.
All right, there we go.
I'm representing my boy.
Oh, I like it.
Mr. Michigan, Mr. Old Belichick, he can go somewhere else.
Wow. I
came to Tampa Bay. David Wright says he had a ready-made team. If he had a ready-made team, why didn't they win the Super Bowl before the GOAT showed up?
Ooh, bringing smoke already. I like it.
I can talk the trash because he's got 7 rings.
He does. And you know what? He also
he's gonna break records this year.
You know what he also does? And you know what? I wasn't gonna do this, Nick, but she's gonna keep talking about this daggone Tom Brady.
Hey, it would have floated. I said to the video.
It would not have floated.
Oh man. Oh wow.
You saw it.
Unbelievable.
Randy Moss tossed it into the bay.
Hey, Sean.
Yes.
What did I tell you in that interview? When he and Gronk connect, it's money. And what are they doing this season? Connecting.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I have to shout out Katie because Katie sent me this. Katie, you follow Gronk and Tom Brady on Instagram. So
yes, I just. I follow them on TikTok. They're funny.
So they're sitting here eating the pears because they went to Georgia and got some Georgia peaches. Some Georgia peaches. Well, talk to me this year. Talk to me about your boy this year. 655 yards, 9 TDs. What are we talking about?
Well, he only needs 1,155 yards to break the all-time pass records.
Ooh, okay.
Did you know that?
No, I did not.
500-ish yards away.
Okay.
Completions, he needs 364.
Okay.
I mean, he's had the most starts of a quarterback, 300. He's the first quarterback with all these wins being 44. And if he beats Mr. Belichick, he will beat all 32 teams in the NFL.
Wow. This man.
That's an accomplishment. There's no doubt about that.
Amazing.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty great.
I mean, you can't diss the man.
Yeah.
Sean tries all the time.
I do try.
I do try. He won't let it go. He just won't. I mean, he holds on to it tighter than his teddy bear at night. I don't know what.
He's got a few sacks this year, but he's only lost 17 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, right now in power rankings, Tampa Bay's #1. I mean, things are clicking in Tampa, or as I say, Tampa Bay.
At Tampa Bay, yeah. How's his team? His team is his initials. What is this about? That TB nonsense. But I have to tell you this. I have to say this, Katie. like my friend Nick said earlier, it's only week 2. Okay, this year has no. You still got to come. You still got to come through Washington. Let's go.
Yeah, he said you got to come through Washington.
Hey, this year. Yes, this year is different. Chase Young, Johnson Allen, Montez Sweat. We want Tom. Let's go.
Taylor Heineke wants a rematch.
He's 14 touchdowns away from having as many touchdowns in his 20s as he will in his 40s.
Oh, my God.
His stat line is crazy.
This man, I can't even.
He won the Super Bowl with a hidden injury. Let's not forget.
There we go. There it is. Yes.
Look at that. You're just piling it on, aren't you?
The hidden injury.
His teammates are saying he's playing at a level they've never seen a quarterback play at.
Well, that's because they've had bad quarterbacks for 30 years.
I mean, that's true.
He is in Tampa Bay, after all, Kate. They haven't had a good quarterback since maybe Trent Dilfer. I don't know.
What did I send you? He's going to play till he's 50.
Oh, my God.
He's going to play.
Let him survive this year first.
If he can play till he is 50 years old, I will personally throw a Super Bowl trophy in the ocean myself.
There you go.
I will do that for him. Got to shout out my guy, David Luya, another Michigan man out here doing it, loving Tom Brady as well, and a Patriots fan himself. Shout you out, buddy.
I love that there's other people that love him as much as I do.
No, I think you're number one, Kate. I think you're the biggest fan.
You're definitely the biggest fan. You're definitely the biggest fan.
You're number uno.
Woo woo! I like it. I can dig it. Oh my goodness, David is commenting all day. TB forever. What is this? What is this?
I taking over. Taking over.
I gotta shout out my guy David Luya because check it out, ladies and gentlemen. In the believe in the next couple days, I got to get back with him after the show. We are going to be doing an in-depth look at the Detroit Lions. Oh my goodness, I gotta show love to him because he's from Michigan. He's a Lions fan. He's with them. Okay, he's the best of both worlds. He's a Lions fan. And he's a Tom Brady fan, so he can have his wins and still appreciate.
I guess if you're a Lions fan, you might want to hold on to the Tom Brady thing. Yeah.
Yep.
And Sean,
yes,
we're getting together before week 4, right?
Yes. Thank you for reminding me. Before week 4, before that amazing matchup, probably the matchup that most people in this country want to see: Tom Brady versus Bill Belichick. What I should say is the Patriots versus the Buccaneers, but we all know it's Tom versus Bill. We just want them to go at the 50 like that.
That's right.
Who is the best? What do you have early game prediction for that? Do you have early prediction for that week?
Me?
Yes, Katie.
It's gonna be like a 45 to maybe 10 game.
Ooh,
Damn.
Oh, look at that. Tell Belichick to take that. Take that.
He's gonna go up there and tell Bill Belichick what he's missing out on.
Ooh, I love it.
Damn. 45 to 10.
You know
45
what?
to 10.
Devin White's gonna show Mac Jones who's boss.
There you go.
Oh,
There we go. I love it. I love it.
Mac Jones.
Poor little Mackie, little
Poor little young Mac. He's the heir apparent.
Saban's boy is gonna get tossed around.
Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Well, listen. We got another one. David says 36-17. Okay.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
I can see it happening. It's gonna be nice. Yo, Katie, I am so happy that you came on the show. I so appreciate you getting a chance to talk about Tom.
I'll talk about him all day long.
I know it. I know you will.
We know.
Thank you so much. We will definitely talk to you soon.
Thank
See
you,
you, Katie.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Let's go.
Oh, there you go.
And
Yes.
we will go to the last member of this list, a man who just got a big win. Shout out to my guy, Nathan Snell, who is just getting off work and he's taking care of some stuff. Maybe we'll see if we can get him on here a little bit later. But Lamar Jackson is on this list. Just got that big W against KC, 36-35. Got over the hump. Let's hope. Because, I mean, again, it's just a regular season game. It's very early in the season, so we will see. But his play is out of this world. 474 total passing yards with 2 TDs, 193 total rushing yards with 2 TDs. There's no way around this, but he is that offense. He is it. I mean, we all know about the running back issues, J.K. Dobbins getting hurt, and his backup getting hurt.
Justin
and so then
gone.
they got hit right. So then they brought in everybody. Everybody's out. Everybody's out. So they picked up every free agent running back outside of AP.
Yeah, they could.
You know what I mean? And still, but a shout out to what I think is Tyson. Is it Tyson? Tyson Williams, who has been definitely picking up the slack. But there's no two ways about it. Lamar Jackson is that team. He had 346 total yards and 2 TDs against the Chiefs. But we all know the key play in that game, the thing that everybody talks about, 4th down, Lamar looks over to Harbaugh. Harbaugh takes a set. You want to go for it? Lamar, you want to go for it? Lamar said, yeah, I want to go for it. What? And they did. They went right up the middle.
But was there really any question? Were they not going to go for it?
I mean,
seriously,
but it still creates
at that point in the game. No, I'm saying at that point in the game, if you're any kind of football person, you're sitting there going, "Well, they're going to go for it." There's no way they're not.
But it's the fact that the coach asked the quarterback. And Nathan, see, that's why I need Nathan on here. Because Nathan would say, this is when you know that there's a good combination with coach and quarterback.
Whatever.
And Lamar,
you and I could have called that, Sean. Come on. Give me a break. Let's not oversell it too much, okay? You knew they were going for it. The key play there was the fumble by Edwards-Helaire. That's the key play there. Because this guy didn't fumble all of last year, and then all of a sudden he first fumbled, and look what happened. It cost him the game.
Well, that was huge, but
so
you also got to give.
Yeah,
that was definitely huge. But at the end of the day, even though you knew they were doing it, everybody in the stadium knew they were doing it. Everybody in the stadium knew where it was coming, and it's being somebody that plays this game, if you know everybody knows where it's coming and you still can't stop it, I still have to impose my will upon you.
Well, that's what it is. We talked about that. Lamar will impose his will. He's not going to quit. He is going to play till the end, and that's the thing that's why he needs help. Because honestly, he's going to get himself hurt because he is not going to stop until you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is doing everything he can, and obviously he didn't score all 36 points by himself, but I'm telling you, this guy's will and his fortitude and all that, he's going to give you 110% every game.
Every game,
you know,
without a doubt.
I mean, seriously, like you got to credit Lamar with them beating Kansas City. because he really he willed them to that victory, bro. Like that
he's the X factor, absolutely, and he is the absolute reason. Without him, the team is completely different. Got to shout out Wendy saying, "Nick, Delilah, I can't wait for the Packers and the Bears play. And they're gonna be hunting for the Bears.
October 17th is the first time they play. Call me then. We'll talk about it then.
Cannot wait.
I hope they Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers that game.
Yeah, really.
I hope they pick him off 3 times as they did to Joe.
You don't want to start talking smack about a game that's 4 weeks away. Get out of here.
I know.
But Joe, so we have to move on. We absolutely have to move on because there are several teams, including most of the NFC West, that is still undefeated in the league this year. Some of them, the Tampa Bays, the Rams, the Cardinals, who we already talked about. But there's also a couple other teams that kind of make you question, are they for real? And Delilah, I'm going to come to you first. The Carolina Panthers are 2-0, but can we believe in them?
I mean, they're looking better than they have in a long while. I got to give them that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to hate on the fact that, Sam Darnold has 584 yards right now in 2 games, got 3 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So, like, Taylor, a 460, you know what I'm saying? Like, that guy.
Yeah.
McCaffrey, 170 yards, 1 touchdown. Like, McCaffrey, is just, electrified right now. Honestly, I would believe in them for right now, for sure. Why not? Like, you already have, McCaffrey put up 170 yards so far, has a touchdown. Moore has 159 yards, also a touchdown. And so, you have your 2 big guys, right? And they're doing what they got to do, right? They're getting the yards. Sam Darnold has protection, which gives him actual time to get that ball out. Like we just saw, 584 yards in 2 games. That's not chump change, Right. He had 1 interception, but again, and still had 3 touchdowns, right? So that kind of outweighed his 1 interception. And so, I think right now Carolina's looking pretty good. If I'm your brother, I'd be excited to see what else they could do. I think that they have an easy win coming up, or at least it should be. They're playing Houston, and Houston doesn't have their top guys right now, like anybody. So they should be 3-0 going into next week, but anything can happen, right? I don't like saying any given Sunday anymore, just because we play so many different days now. But
it's why they play the games.
Exactly. Carolina should be 3-0 next week, is all I'm saying. They should not lose to Houston, who just lost, right? Taylor, which sucks, and they just lost their wide receiver, that should be a win. There should be no reason why next week Carolina is at 3-0. So for right now, I'm excited. I want to see what they could do. I want to see Sam continue to shut the haters up, right? Because a lot of people, don't believe in him, but he's been with some shitty teams, to be fair to him, and so
shitty coordinators, that's for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So this is his time to shine, and I hope they're 3-0 next week. Really, kudos to the Panthers. I hope they keep going. I hope they keep chomping away, and I would like to see them go into the playoffs, because it would be different. I'm tired of seeing the same folks, so it would be really exciting to see if they could get into the playoffs this season. I don't know if they will, but it'll be fun to see. And if it happens,
That would be nice. And you mentioned it a minute ago. It's really nice to see Sam Darnold actually playing with talent around him.
Exactly.
A coordinator and coach that believe in him. These are all great things. Nick, I'm coming to you next, and I'm coming to you next with a team and a quarterback that I think that should have been on that MVP list earlier. The Las Vegas Raiders and Derek Carr. Nick, what do you think about these guys? Are they for real?
Well, they're the Raiders. And so it's really hard, it's the funny thing with the Raiders, for whatever reason. They always give their fans hope, don't they?
Yes.
Don't start off so great. Something will
Is
happen,
it
like
false
this
hope?
will happen, that'll happen. All of a sudden, bam, they're not playing well, and you got this whole, then it's a mess. Right? But for right now, as you say, we're 2 weeks in, and the Raiders have, beaten two quality opponents. They didn't beat scrubs. They beat Baltimore and Pittsburgh.
Right.
So you took care of the AFC North. You've taken care of two of the teams already there.
Exactly.
It's and Derek Carr, 814 yards. He's got 4 touchdowns. The guy's playing, man. He's on. Is questionable for this week. I guess they did an MRI on Monday. So Gruden said he's questionable. So hopefully he can get in this week. But I think for now, again, barring any major, you've got Darren Waller, who's a beast. Yep. You got Ruggs, who had a great game the last game. Jacobs, the running game needs to get started. Jacobs has, but they're playing well. They're playing at a higher level. They're playing with a little bit more intensity. And Derek Carr, again, that will to willing your team to, you know what I mean? The kid's not going to give up. He's always been scrappy. He's always been, and I like Derek Carr. I truly do. And I really hope that this isn't just a flash in the pan. I didn't pick the Raiders to do very well this year. More out of history, I think, than anything else. Again, you want to see what, Derek Carr and everybody has. So, again, this week, going forward, we got the Raiders. Boy, I got all my notes here. I'm so scatterbrained. I'm so sorry. But we got the Raiders and the Dolphins. The Dolphins are at the Raiders. So it's an opportunity for you to go 3-0. Tua's got that rib injury, so he may not play. So this is an opportunity for, and again, scheduling helps.
Yes.
Like sometimes scheduling works in your favor.
It really does.
It does. So
You're absolutely right.
Raiders get the Dolphins this week with possibly a hurt Tua. So you could be looking again by the next week. You got a 3-0 Raiders team going, what's going on here? What do we, what does this look like? So, yeah. So, again, early but promising. Raiders look promising.
Very promising. Very promising. As long as you have your quarterback throwing for over 800 yards.
Playing, right?
You know what I mean?
Mariota's already hurt. Marcus is already on the injured reserve list. So
Exactly.
You need your quarterback.
I don't know how many other quarterbacks they have on that depth.
No, I don't even know the third guy. Right.
And I know that cliff, it falls pretty steep after
It
Derek
really
Carr.
does.
I would say so. Yeah.
So I will go next, and I'm going to go with the team that we talked about a lot before. We talked about their quarterback, Teddy Bridgewater. The Denver Broncos are surprising 2-0
Again,
for the lead in the AFC West. Well, right. Exactly. Because we're talking about these guys playing the New York Giants and getting the victory over them and the Jacksonville Jaguars. So, right. So, but, I got to shout out Teddy, man. Teddy has been making the best of his opportunity.
Yes.
He's getting it. He's utilizing what he has. We know Jerry Jeudy's out. I think they got another receiver that's out. But Cortland Sutton, man, 9 catches, 159 yards last week. Definitely did his thing. Tim Patrick has been showing up. Melvin Gordon has been playing well. Not hasn't been really turning heads, but he's been doing enough to definitely help with that offense.
He's helping out. He's not turning the stats page.
Right.
He's doing his job.
He's
doing what he's supposed to do.
Right.
So
I got to shout them out, man. I'm hoping that Teddy can keep this up. Again, he I believe, if I'm not mistaken,
they got the Ravens next, so that's
they got the Jets. The Broncos got the Jets this week.
Oh, they got a little.
We'll talk about that later.
I skipped. Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So
they're a 10.5 point favorite, though.
Yeah.
They're giving 10.5 points in that game to the Jets. So that's an interesting.
To the Jets, really?
Yes, they are.
Wow.
That's the line right now. minus 10.5. Broncos are favorite,
Yeah.
So we'll see. But anyways, that's for later. But go ahead.
Yeah. We will definitely see. All intents and purposes, they'll be 3-0. But we will definitely see not Sunday, like you said, Delilah, any given game day, I guess you can say now. Any given any day that we're playing, I guess.
I'm telling you.
We really don't know, but So I'm definitely, that's somebody I feel like I can believe in. we didn't. I was not one of those people that picked them before the beginning of the year, but that was mainly because of the AFC West, because it was the Kansas City Chiefs and everybody else, in my opinion. And until I've seen somebody take a sizable chunk out the Chiefs, that's not the Ravens or the Bills or the Steelers, I'm not going to believe anybody else in the AFC West. So that's how I feel.
Fair enough.
And to end out this topic, Delilah, San Francisco is undefeated, but can we believe them?
I mean, I would still, like, even with the injuries they have, because Mitchell's only questionable. I don't see him missing that game if you're questionable. Like, so they'll still have a running back in Mitchell. I don't see them keeping him out again, because he's not as out like a few of their other running backs. So right now he's questionable. So I think if he plays and he does what he's been doing, right, like he's been putting up the numbers, 146 yards so far and a touchdown. They still have Samuel also. He's not out in a right wide receiver. He's got 282 yards and a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So like if Jimmy has like his top running back right now, his top wide receiver out there playing, I still think he could get a lot done because he's proving it. He has over 500 yards already in 2 games, right? He has 2 touchdowns, right? So again, I think that he could still. I don't think it's going to be an easy win for Green Bay if they do win. Like I think it's going to be. I think this is where we're going to see more of that back and forth. I think it's going to come down to defense. I really do think it's going to come. I think it's going to come down to the defense. I think it's going to come down to which defense could shut down the passer the best. Because they both got an arm. We saw that. They both can get the touchdowns. They both got huge pieces that, will be available on game day. And so, and they got good. They have a great coach over there. Do what he's doing what he's got to do. They got their offensive coordinator do what they got to do. And again, I think it's going to be a really interesting game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout by any of them.
Right.
I really do think it's going to come down to defense. Like either Green Bay's got to shut down Jimmy, or San Francisco's got to shut down Aaron Rodgers and not allow the 4 touchdowns that Aaron Jones got. Right?
You cannot have that.
You gotta they gotta shut down Aaron Jones now. So and one thing that I gotta give Green Bay, right? Everybody focuses on Devontae, but now you gotta look at Aaron Jones, right? So and so I think that it's gonna be again. I kind of want to give that still to Green Bay, even though I don't want to, because they're a division rival, and I really don't want to.
They're Green Bay, right?
But I'm giving them the edge only because, again, even with the running back and wide receiver that Jimmy will have, they still lost 2 of their key, running backs for that game, and so I think that the running game is going to suffer. We know we need a strong run game, right? So I still think Green Bay will win. I don't want them to, but I still think that'll be a win for Green Bay. I don't think it'll be a win for San Francisco, unfortunately, which sucks because I would like to see them go 3-0. But it's not going to be like a huge losing streak. I don't think. I don't see anything happening like major. Like I still think they're going to have a pretty good record. That West Coast, man, with whatever division you're on the West Coast, y'all are doing what you got to do out there.
3 out of 4 are 2-0. 3 out of 4 are 2-0.
Like whatever y'all are doing out there, whatever is in the. I was gonna say water, but there's a drought still.
Whatever's in the bottled water.
Yeah.
Well, look.
What
about Trey Lance? What about Trey Lance? Does he get in at all this week?
Well, according to coach, he's not. He might, but it's not going to be like in his play. It'll be one of those surprise things like he did game 1, where he just kind of puts him in there, uses him where he feels would be most effective. So we might see him this game, so they could throw off, Green Bay depending how it's going. So it's not off the table. But basically, the coach says that when he goes in, he always focuses on Jimmy being the starter. Yeah. And then Trey Lance comes up as an opportunity, basically. He's like, what can I do? Like, he got that touchdown in that 5-yard line, right? He got that touchdown as soon as he debuted, right? So
situational.
Right, yeah. So he's going to be in a situational thing. I think it would be smart to kind of put him in there if he could, like if it comes down to it, just to kind of, again, throw off that, Green Bay defense. I still give the edge to San Francisco. I do think we might see Trey Lance make an appearance, depending how the game is going. Like if San Francisco is losing, if they're down or they're tied or something weird is happening, I definitely will see him playing him on Sunday just to see if they could get some stuff down like they did week 1. That's why we didn't see him week 2 because he wasn't needed, know. Right. We might see him in week 3, but I guess we'll see. Like I said.
It'll be interesting. I cannot wait. Thank you for that. And again, it is very early, but that's why we're asking the question. Are these teams for real? Carolina, Denver, Las Vegas, and San Francisco all still undefeated, but part of it, like Nick said, was scheduling. Another part of it is just the right game, right time, right situation. Yeah. Things just worked out for them. But we do have to move on, as also in week 2, there were a number of teams that lost in week 1, Washington, Chicago, Dallas, a bunch of these teams that lost in week 1, but then came back and pulled out a victory in week 2. And we're going to call this segment week 2 Reboot. And we got to start.
I like that.
Hell yeah.
Reboot, huh?
Yeah. Week one didn't count. Okay. We started up week 2, baby. We started up week 2. And hey, if we talking about reboot, I got to go to my guys. Washington wins a nail
I knew
biter.
that was coming, right?
That was a good game. That was good.
There we go.
That was good, actually.
First, before I do anything,
I'm sorry,
I
is
need
this
to.
Washington Football Weekly? Did I miss the wrong show?
Wait. Do I need to take my shirt off?
Right. Where's the shirtless wonder in South Carolina eggplant? I don't see them.
No. First and foremost, I have to shout out one guy only. Mr. Darius Slayton. Sir, I would like to say thank you. We totally blew a coverage and let you run wide open into the end zone,
man.
But Butterfingers couldn't catch it. So thank you, buddy.
Seriously,
Your care package is in the mail.
How in the world do you get that wide open and you drop the ball?
I don't know.
I don't
know. But look, I can't. But hey, they gave us one. And we gave them one, though.
You get the victory,
but the thing is, we gave them one because Dustin Hopkins missed the first kick. You know what I mean? Well. And then look, I'm one to say, I'll say it. I'll call it out if I see it. I thought that was a little home cooking when they gave us the penalty. I mean, he was maybe potentially offsides, but we missed the kick fair and square. But Dan Snyder definitely made a call downstairs and said, refs, throw that flag.
You realize we're at home, right? You can't be throwing that flag.
You know where we are, right? All right.
You know where we are.
So he got the kick. They got it back. I have to shout out my quarterback, Taylor Heineke. Throws for 336 yards, 2 TDs in that game. And you know what? For whatever people can say about him, the team is rallying around Taylor. Taylor seems like he's a gamer. He's an excitable guy. When your main guy, Chase Young, says that's my guy, everybody else falls in line. Yeah, everybody else falls in line. So it should be interesting. I am not one of these diehard fans that says, oh, we're going to do it all because we have to play on my birthday, on Sunday, we have to play the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
And I'm not predicting a victory. I'm not going to do it. I am not going to do it because after that we have Atlanta and the Saints. So I will collect those 2 victories on the back end.
I will collect those
on the back end.
But definitely do not believe that we can beat Buffalo. I just don't think we're at that caliber right now. So it should be interesting.
That's why they play the game.
Right. I got to also shout out real quick my receiver, scary Terry McLaurin, 15 total catches, 169 yards and a touchdown, including 11 catch, 107-yard performance with a touchdown a week ago. He had what I think is probably one of the catches of the year in that game 1 where they ran that route, and then you had the 2 Chargers defenders look like they were jumping, looked like they had intercepted it, and it went through their hands, and Terry caught it right on the sidelines. Yo, so I got to shout him out. He's definitely a quiet leader. But hey, I'm excited, not for this week, but I'm excited with the rest of the year. Brings to the table. Yo, I'm honest, baby. I'm honest. But yo, I got to come to you, Nick, because just like we talked about my team, we now got to talk about your team. And Nick,
here we go.
That defense, though, Nick, I'm not going to talk about the quarterbacks yet. The defense was nice.
Well, it was nice to see the defense play like they're capable of.
Right.
That was the biggest thing for me, was like, because even going through the first half, you're like, okay, they're playing okay, but, it wasn't like Cincinnati was tearing it up either.
Right.
So, you're like, but we came alive in the second half. We had 3 straight turnovers, which was phenomenal. Watching Roquan run that ball in the end zone made me cry a little bit.
I love seeing the big guys do that.
I got a little
love it.
when I saw that. I was like, oh, this is beautiful.
Oh, my God. I love it.
You have to at least credit them with doing whatever they had to do, whatever schemes they played, or, Joe Burrow got confused. He was, whatever. But the fact is, we played a good game. We won. Now, again, as you see, this is very important, because I think, we've talked endlessly, obviously, about Justin Fields starting and about Justin Fields being in there over Andy Dalton. And I told you, I resigned myself to the fact that Andy was the starter, and that I thought Justin would get in there eventually. And Justin showed you, there was some things he wasn't ready for. He didn't exactly come in and light up Cincinnati. And you know what I mean? Like, he only had about 60 yards total. And you gotta, the kid's coming along. I mean, you see what's there. You see the talent. It's there. But he did exactly like I said. He didn't light up anybody, and I think it's important because he played the whole second half on it. It was his team, and we're lucky that the defense kind of bailed us out to make us 1-1.
Mm-hmm.
So again, for all those people who are ranting and raving and shouting, and again, I don't like Matt Nagy either, so curse him out all you want. But, for right now, he's looking like he's making the right decision by saying that, hey, well, Andy Dalton is our starter, and we're working to bring Justin Fields along. And, again, I think at first maybe I was opposed to that, and I changed my tune because I'm like, oh, maybe you're right. Maybe there is something to that. And he kind of showed it. So there you go. So like I said, this week, apparently, now but this is what I hate about Chicago, because now you got the whole thing with, well, if Andy's healthy, is he the starter?
Right.
Matt Nagy misunderstood what you asked him. How the hell do you misunderstand what the guy asked you? If he said if Andy Dalton is healthy, he's the starter. What I was saying was that if depending on the scheme, man, he asked you straight up, if Andy Dalton is healthy, is he the starter? And you're gonna talk about you misconstrued that. I hate Chicago. Like, I hate that. Like, it just stopped.
Right.
Like, you knew what he said to you. He was trying to play dumb. But anyways, obviously, if Andy is healthy, he'll start against
the
Browns on Sunday, but we'll see. But anyways, I'm glad we at least got a victory. I didn't want to start out 0-3. We do have Cleveland this week. We'll see what's going to happen, but at least we got a victory. We're 1-1, and for this week we're tied for first place. Woo! Yeah. So there you go.
Right? Yeah.
Give us a little something. Like I said,
Delilah,
it's early.
Well, I was always okay with Andy starting because of this, because I understood that. Look what's happening in Jacksonville, right? So again, I was totally fine with the way that they decided this is our franchise quarterback, right? This is a different situation.
Yes.
So I was 100%. We signed Andy for the year. Sorry. He actually is not playing like crap, by the way. Like, he actually is moving the ball. He's getting the touchdown. So it's not like. So he's doing his job, which is what we want. You want it doesn't have to look pretty. You just got to get us the yards. You got to get us the touchdowns, right? That it's true though.
Get the job done.
And he is.
Get it done.
He was getting, that first game our defense lost, but he did his job. He got, he got it downfield. So it's not like he wasn't moving the ball. Second game, he got us the touchdowns that we have came from him. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's not like he crapped out, so he's doing what he needs to do. He's moving our offense along. The guys are used to him. They, and they're rallying behind him. That's the one thing I do give my players and my team some kudos. They're like, all right, if Andy's there, then Andy's there, and that's our quarterback. And if he's hurt and Justin's in, all right, that's our quarterback too. You don't see none of this like tension of right. They're playing with whoever gets tossed in there. They're like, let's do this, right? So
I love that.
But so I was perfectly fine with the way that they decided that they were going to ensure that he's getting QB help from Foles and from Andy, right? Regardless of what you think about either of them, they've been in the league long enough to at least have advice, right? As the veterans that they are, right? Foles, regardless of what you like it or not, he's got a Super Bowl win. So I think he has credibility in that, right? To tell this kid, like, this is how you go the distance. You're going to have your chance and capitalize. So I was perfectly okay with this. Now, if he starts because Andy's still hurt, then he starts. And if he doesn't, I'm okay with that too. Like I said, I really am okay with this situation because I really want to make sure that he actually is prepared. So when he steps into that role of being QB1, he's ready and can take it to that next level. Now, and I do respect that kid understands that because you see that when he talks. He's like, I'm okay. Like, if you want me to play. Right. He admitted it. He knew he didn't play like he should. And he even said it. He's like, you're right. I didn't do well. He's like, you know, I got to do better. I need another chance. And so I also like the fact that he's coachable. He's not arrogant. You know, he knows that he's still learning and he wants to learn and he's hungry. You can see it in his eyes. You can see it in his face, So I'm excited to see how he grows. And I think this is going to be a tough win for us against Cleveland because there's Baker Mayfield. He also had a loss week 1. We know that. Mm-hmm. So we're both going in with a similar similar situation, right? We're both going in there with one win and one loss.
Right.
And we're kind of like, we both have a fan base that's rabid, regardless if we suck or not. So it's kind of like, so I've always been okay with the Browns because I always feel like we've had very similar trajectories.
Right.
And like,
pretty much,
we love our team even when they suck. It's like.
So we're good.
I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. Honestly, that I can't call a win or a loss there yet because for me it could go either way.
Yeah, I get that. I completely get that. And I'm gonna jump right into Cleveland, who we know they got the W in week 2 against a depleted Houston team. They beat them 31-21. Tyrod. Now they're saying he's going to be out for, I think, 4 weeks with that hamstring issue?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, possibly 4 weeks. So hopefully, man, we wish the best for him. He had a nice start to the season. Yeah, they're going to have to bring in the rookie. Bring in Mills out of Stanford, baby. Let's go. Let's see what he's got. I definitely do want to shout out Chubb. I think that's going to be that running game is going to be a problem. For you guys with Chubb getting 95 yards and a touchdown a week ago. We already know Kareem Hunt's going to get his stuff done. And Baker had 19 of 21, 213 and 2 total touchdowns. So as long as Baker is controlling the offense and not trying to make stupid tackles on interceptions and hurt himself, I think it's going to be game. But I think you hit the nail on the head, Delilah. You guys are both kind of similar. And it's kind of like, we both we are fans, lovers, and we just, So we will see. Hopefully, you guys do get the W. Nick, I do want to come to you next. I want to talk about the New England Patriots.
Okay.
They whoop up on It was the Mac versus Zach.
Yeah,
game. I like that. Zach and Mac attack. Let's go.
Well, again. I've said this either last week or the week before. I will say it again. Belichick knows what he's doing. Yeah. He knows what he has with Mac Jones. He runs a fairly, I don't say simple because not all offenses are simple, but they're effective. And Mac Jones is the perfect quarterback for this system. I'll say that again. And he really is. And then this is why I say, as the year goes on and he gets more confidence in it, I really think the Patriots have something here. Mm-hmm. Again, they run that big set with the 2 tight ends, Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. Mm-hmm. You got again, he doesn't have stellar receivers. These guys aren't, Hall of Fame material or anything, but they're serviceable. And as long as they can get open and you can get them the ball, guess what? They're going to catch it.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. You need guys who can get open, or you need guys who can hold on to the ball. You know, your running game with Damian Harris, you know, it's coming along. Damian seems like he just needs to get in there. Good Lord, excuse me. What's going on? It's like I swallowed a fly or something.
Choking on the smoke.
I'm telling you. Coming out, bro. It's too much. No, but, you know, again, yeah, I like, you know, I don't want to say I like the Patriots because I always hated that they won every year with Tom Brady. So I don't want to pretend like now I'm the world's biggest Patriots fan because I'm not. But it is nice to see that at least, you know, in the ongoing battle of was it Tom or was it Belichick?
Yeah.
That you have, you know, Bill's going to rebuild. Don't think
He definitely will. He definitely
You know,
will.
don't think that Bill's just going to sit back.
Hold up. Was this game more that was that to the rebuild, or was that more that they played the Jets and the Jets are just poor?
No,
I mean,
Zach Wilson threw 4 interceptions.
Right.
So they kind of gave the game to New England. I mean, yes, New England's, what was it, 25-6 or whatever?
Yeah.
But the fact is, Zach had a horrible game. Threw 4 interceptions, just didn't look good at all. Was off the whole day. Like it could have been just one of those bad days for the Jets because everybody has those. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Quarterbacks have horrible weeks, i.e., week 1 and Aaron, I'm a crybaby Rodgers.
Yes.
What happened there. So it can happen.
Big
Even
baby.
to little rookies like Zach Wilson who are still learning.
Right.
So again, New England got kind of a, you know, little bit of a handout there. That's fine. Just keep improving and we'll see. You know, like I said, Patriots have the Saints this week, so you never know. It could be 2-1 for the old Patriots after this week. We'll see.
Very true.
Which Jameis will show up this week, my friend?
Yes, that is the question.
What is the question?
Week
1 Jameis? Week 2 Jameis? I don't know.
Jameis.
We'll
or a week 3 Jameis that throws
some other
somebody.
Jameis we don't know about. Right.
Hello. Yo, so we have to move on, but we're staying inside the AFC East.
Okay.
Delilah, Buffalo demolishes Miami 35-0 shutout. So much so that your old quarterback made an appearance in the game. Mitchell Trubisky was able to get in the game. Talk to me about Buffalo. Like, how we feeling?
Listen, I'm glad that they bounced back because that first week, you know, they lost to Pittsburgh, and so we were like, ugh, and it was not a pretty win or a pretty loss. So, but I knew they would bounce back. It's Buffalo. It's Josh Allen. I you know, he's gonna do what he's gonna do, right? But I also think that with that win comes like a grain of salt, you know, because Tua wasn't able to kind of perform because he got knocked out of that pretty early.
Yeah.
And so, like, is it a fair assessment in that game? You know, I don't know, right? But again, unfortunately they should have an easy win against Washington. Well, who knows?
Hey, look, I'm not even gonna fight that one. We're not ready.
But again,
she said easy win. I don't know. That's an adjective.
I
you didn't have to add that one, Delilah. I'm just saying.
I also said should. I didn't say would.
No, it's all right. I'm just trying to draw up the smoke here. Let's go.
I know, but it's also
I know what I'm getting for my birthday.
Yeah, it's Buffalo. It's Josh Allen. I think just kind of similar to the Aaron Rodgers thing. I think he had to, you know, he's like, shit, I can't lose like this, right? So
yeah.
You know, so I don't see him having, you know, the low performance they had week 1. I see him continue to dominate like he did last season.
Yeah.
So, you know, he should have a good show out, you know, so they should be 2-1. I don't know, but weird things happen in football. I've seen weird stuff happen before where teams that used to like kill one season come back and just peter out. So I hope that's not so because I really would like to see kind of a really nice fight there between Buffalo and Baltimore. Like, I really want to see them duke it out for that top spot, you know? Like,
that would be nice.
I really want to see, like, a really nice, like, who is going to take that division, you know? Because now, could be Baltimore.
You never know. You never.
I mean, I know we say Tampa and stuff, but it's Tampa. So it would be nice to see that wild card spot. I guess really is what I'm thinking of is who's
It's gonna be interesting. It's a long season. It's a long season, but it'll be interesting.
17 games, and so that's why it's like it's unfathomable right now.
I know one person that would love to see Josh Allen and her Buffalo Billies make it back.
It'd be nice.
Janae would love it. Janae would love it.
Especially against Washington because she's a Dallas.
You already know that. You already know that. And another team that Janae just absolutely loves, the last and most certainly least, okay, the Dallas Cowboys. It has a two-headed monster in the backfield. I gotta say, Pollard and Zeke are a deadly combination in the backfield. You got the thunder with Zeke, and you got the lightning with Pollard. Pollard and that speed, man, is really huge. I know there's some people that've been like, Pollard's gonna take Zeke's job, blah blah blah. I honestly think them working together is something that is a matchup problem for defenses. Pollard had 109 and a touchdown. Zeke had 71 and a rushing touchdown, 26 receiving yards and a receiving touchdown. I definitely like that two-headed monster, and it gives a balance. You know, we've seen the games like the beginning of last year and the first game this year where you got Dak throwing for 400 yards, but the problem is the running game isn't going anywhere. Right. You know what I mean? So now when they can mesh this offense and they can work together, that definitely does make me, I ain't going to say shaking my boots, but it makes me think, okay, that's something we're going to have to stop. So Dallas definitely got the W. Now listen, the Chargers helped the Cowboys. So don't even that's all the nice things I'm going to say about you, Dallas. The Chargers definitely helped you. 14 penalties in this game. There was an interesting call where there was a legal motion on Jared Cook's touchdown reception that would have changed the game. But you know what, man? Greg Zuerlein connected on a 57-yarder to win it. They beat the Chargers 20-17. Yeah. So hey, there it is. Whatever. They got the victory. I don't care. I'm happy for that's it. And that's all the airtime they're getting on here. So, we got to move on from that. I can't. I just feel wrong talking about the daggone Cowboys and saying positive things.
I can. They did their thing. Dak is doing his thing.
He is. And you know what? I will say that for him, I'm glad. I'm glad he's back. I'm glad he's able to get on the field and be back to playing and enjoying it. Because that injury was very, very bad last year, and I'm glad he's able to get back. Shout out to Anthony Handy saying, "Oh man, I'm so late, what's up, gang? What up, Anthony? Yo!" And shout out to Anthony Handy and Zagnif Productions. Our podcast, watch the Let's Talk Football Roundtable, is one of the featured podcasts on the Zagnif One Radio Network, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't have the schedule in front of me. Anthony, if you can tell us when the Roundtable plays, I believe it's Wednesday or Thursday. It'll play our most recent episode on there. You can definitely check us out if you were not able to catch us tonight. And I so appreciate that, man, because it keeps that thing moving, man. Keep us in people's ears, no doubt. So, hey, moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming to the longest running segment on Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable, Diversity with Delilah. Let's go. And this week, Delilah will be covering Jonathan Bean. Yeah, buddy.
All right, so I've been doing this for a while, and I'm like, well, so the NFL, regardless of what we believe, I know some of us take a lot of what they do with a grain of salt, and that's fine. But, they did hire, they did hire a VP, and chief of diversity and inclusion officer, and, and they made sure that at least it was a person of color. So, so again, I know it's not perfect. We know that. Trust me, we know it's not perfect, but it's got to happen, right? It's got to
Yeah.
get done. The work's got to get done, and you need
Exactly.
you need the right people to get it done, right? So Jonathan Beaner, basically, Jonathan Bean has a lot of accolades. I can't even tell you. One, his first degree, which is a bachelor's degree from Dartmouth, by the way.
Oh, wow.
I know, in history. So he also has he got some degree from Georgetown, spent some time there too. Got his MBA and his JD. So you guys, MBA and JD, which is his law degree from the University of Buffalo. He sits on that advisory council now, so the Dean's Advisory Council of School of Law. He also sits on the board of GLAAD, and I don't know if you guys know who GLAAD is, right? That's the Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Defamation.
Oh, wow. Nice.
All right, so he sits on there as a board of directors as well. So again, so right now he's got his good qualifications. He has over 20 years of experience doing this, diversity practitioner, with big major companies, right? So he worked for a major company called Roche. That's more like industry, more like accounting, things like that, but also 21st Century Fox and Time Warner. So he did a lot of there when it came to diversity, roles, and kind of changed the atmosphere there. Again, it's Hollywood, things ain't perfect, but someone's got to do the work, right? So at least, so I'm saying is that he has the experience, he has that background. He started his role for the NFL last year, September 8th. He was born in Rochester, but he grew up in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, Sean.
Let's go.
I knew you would appreciate that, right? But so he said it was a wonderful place to grow up. He said the weather was great, based on what everybody says. It's true. And obviously we know he was surrounded by academia, some really great universities out there. Like I said, he went to Dartmouth, spent some time at Georgetown. He was encouraged by his family, right, to do other things, to think critically, to use his time wisely. His father was the first Black orthodontist in North Carolina.
Oh, wow. Nice.
His mother's a middle school teacher. So basically he knows the road that it takes to be a Black man in the South and what that means to make it in the corporate world, right? Make it in law, make it in all of these places. So he put in the work, so he knows what it takes, right? So it's not just that he has the accolades, it's not that he has the education and the experience. He also has the personal experience, right? He knows where it's coming from. So he understands from a personal perspective the importance of inclusion and diversity. So they're not just buzzwords, right? That they're meaningful. And that's basically what he said. He's like, yeah, everybody just throws it around, but no one actually puts in the work, right? No one actually explains what does it mean to be anti-racist. And I actually like the fact that he actually uses that. What does it mean to be anti-racist? Right? Like, what does that actually look like? What is the language, right? And so, so basically he knows from that perspective, where that came from. Although he didn't play a lot of football, he did play some football, at Dartmouth, played some tennis. So he does understand, the world of sports in that sense. He also, when he graduated the first time with his bachelor's degree, he taught English in China, so he also went overseas. So again, I hope to see that he continues to push the NFL in the right direction. We're already seeing really great hires coming in. Right? We're seeing women referees. We saw the first Black female referee ref, right? The first time, right? I know we didn't talk about that, but that was the first time, prime time, right? That was the first time. Never been seen. We also see that a lot of teams are heavy in hiring women. Right. We also see that they're back to focusing on ensuring that we have more Black quarterbacks. Right. Because we were seeing in a league where the highest percentage of players are Black. We didn't have that many Black quarterbacks. Right. So it's also the talent. Right. And that's basically what he's talking about. It's not so much of, we just want to hire people to put them in place, because that's what happened before, right? When people think about things like diversity and affirmative action, everybody's like, they were just hired because they're Black. Well, no, they're just hired because they're women. Well, no, it's because they're qualified,
Right.
and
right.
you were not looking at these people before because of who they are, right? Because they are a person of color, because they are a woman, because they are gay, right? We also saw that, right? So again, it's not perfect, but the atmosphere is changing, and someone has to do the work. And basically, he knows that it takes all 32 teams, and he said that. He's like, it takes the 32 organizations. He can't do it alone, right?
Right.
So he knows that you gotta get all 32 teams to buy in, because as he said, he's like, each of those teams has their own culture, right? They have their own kind of atmosphere. So then how do you get them to buy in, to make sure that they're looking at their personnel, all of it? Like, are you looking at the quality of your personnel across the board? And are you making sure that you're not overlooking people due to biases, right? Because that's the whole thing, right? No one's ever saying you can't hire a white person again. That's not what we're saying. We're just saying, did you look at everybody?
Right.
Or, you know, or you.
That's where I like that he comes in for that.
So you have blinders, right? That's all it's saying, is that, you know, making sure that we're putting our words and our money and everything, because we spend money. So it's not like, Black, Latino, Asians don't spend just as much money as all other fans, right? In the NFL, so we should be represented.
Right.
Women love football. I don't know where that came from. Women make up a huge market of NFL fans.
Very true.
So if we're putting our money into you as an organization, then I want to see improvements. I want to see you do better. We know what happened in the past already with Cap. We're not going to rehash that, right? That was done bogus, right? We already know that. So now how do we move forward in an authentic manner? And so again, not perfect, but I think in the last year we have seen some changes, right? Some progress.
Definitely.
So it's slow moving. Hopefully we'll see more. Hopefully we'll see more improvement, this year, next year, and then see more growth and have more, more buy-in. So lots to do, but someone's got to do the work.
Amen. I love it. Thank you very much, Delilah. Jonathan Bean, NFL VP and Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer. Definitely love that, and it's definitely necessary.
You would love it when you heard he's from North Carolina.
The beaner.
Oh, let's go. You already know. And next, we are coming to another one of our favorite segments on this show. For those of you that like to bet money, you will love to hear this segment, Nick's Pick. Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, sure.
What we got this week, Nick? How did we do last week?
Yeah, if you listened to me last week, you definitely lost, because I went 1-3.
So, I was thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute. No one did win.
So we're 3-5 on the year, folks, but don't give up yet. It's early. It's only week 3.
Right.
Sometimes you got to fill these things out, and the teams show you who they are. Yeah. And you end up, you can right the ship. Right. We're only 3-5 so far. So hang with me. Good. All right, so this week there's a lot, honestly. There's a lot of intriguing matchups, not because you think these are two great teams, but because of the line, like just who's playing. Like there's, Falcons, Giants. Mm-hmm. Like how do you go with that one? Like the Giants are actually giving up 3.5 points to the Falcons. Yeah. That's one of those trap games where you go, well, the Falcons at 3.5 points. The Falcons could easily come out and, score 35 points on the Giants, or Daniel Jones could explode for another. So I'm leaving that game alone. I was just giving an example of kind of the games that are here this week. But the first one I'm going to go with, and again, I'm doing it because, not because Sean is the curator of this show, as it were, but Washington is getting 8.5 points in Buffalo.
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to take Washington plus 8.5.
Ooh, there you go.
Like you said, the defense, Chase Young and the boys, they're going to come ready to play with Buffalo. And I tell you what, if you can get to Josh Allen, the two-headed monster at running back is not killing anybody. Right. Zach Moss and Singletary aren't exactly lighting up the NFL right now. Yeah. And if they can stop that run game, and he's got to constantly pass to Stephon Diggs and Cole, I don't believe in COVID Beasley. You got it. So I'm going to take, and again, I don't say Washington wins the game, but for the betting purposes, I will take the 8.5 points and the Washington football team. Next game I'm going to go to is another pretty intriguing matchup, I think, and it's Tampa Bay and the Rams. Now, this is something where you go, oh, you got the quarterbacks. This could be a slugfest. I don't guarantee. I don't want to say it like that, but wouldn't it just be great if this game was like 17-10, and you just saw like a great defensive battle between the Tampa defense and the Ram defense? Like seriously, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's what I'm going with. I know these are two high-powered, potentially offenses, but you also have two very good defenses at play here.
Very true.
And the over-under is 54.5. Yeah. So you're talking 27, 28 points each team to cover that. Yeah. So I'm actually going to go with the under this week in this Tampa Rams game. I'm going to go under the 54.5 for the total score for the game. Wow. I think you're going to get some defense here. Yes, they're still going to score. There's still going to be some points. I just don't think they're going to light it up for 30 each. So I'm going to go with the under here, 54.5 under on the Rams and Tampa Bay. So follow me so far. We have a boy, I'm telling you, it's something in the air today. Yeah. So far, we're going Washington football team plus 8.5 points against Buffalo on the road, and we're going 54.5 under on Tampa Bay Rams. My next game is definitely will probably make Janae happy, and I'll tell you why, because it's Eagles Cowboys.
Yeah.
Now you're saying, Nick, why are you touching this? Well, I tell you what. I've seen the Eagles and I've seen the Cowboys. And the Cowboys are at home at Jerry's World this week.
Yeah.
And they are giving up 4.5 points to the Eagles. I'm going to take the 4.5. I'm going to take the Cowboys minus the 4.5 points.
Yeah.
They're going to win this game and win by more than 4.5.
Yeah.
And I think, again, it's a feeling. Again, this is something that you just look at how, like you said, the way that the backfield is running for Dallas, which gives Dak time to, when his running game is on, he's a lot better. He gets time in the pocket. He gets time to, do his little thing. And I just think, and there's too many weapons. I mean, the Cowboys really do have a lot of weapons, as much as, I know they play in Sean's NFC East, and he's a, he doesn't,
they got
like
weapons.
The Cowboys, but
I'll admit it. I hate it, but I'll admit it.
And the Eagles, I think the Eagles are still trying to find themselves under Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So I'm going to take the Cowboys and minus 4.5 points for game number 3 for this week. So our last game is this one I'm torn on this one. I really am, but I think this is the game to go with. Cardinals Jaguars. Okay. Yes, this is a game you go, what are you going? Where are you going, Nick? The Cardinals are a 7.5 point favorite. They're giving up 7.5. Now, this is week 3 for Jacksonville, and they're, starting Trevor Lawrence. I think they've suffered by not having Travis Etienne running for them. Mm-hmm. I truly do, because you're really relying heavily on Trevor Lawrence to do a bulk of the work.
Yep.
And I just think the scheme and the whole thing hasn't quite worked out for them yet.
Yeah.
And I think this is, again, just one of those feelings. The Cardinal defense is good enough to stop Trevor Lawrence at this stage in his career.
Yeah.
And the way that the Cardinals are putting points up on the board, it's a fair thing to say that they could light up the Jaguars for 30, 32, 35 easily.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so for me, that's what I'm going with. So I'm going to take Cardinals with the minus 7.5 points. So just a quick recap, kiddies. Washington, game 1 was Washington plus 8.5 on the road against Buffalo. Mm-hmm. Tampa Bay and the Rams, we're going to take the under at 54.5.
Mm-hmm.
Eagles, Cowboys, I'm going to take the Cowboys minus 4.5. And Cardinals, Jags, I'm going to take the Cardinals minus 7.5. So again, we're 3-5 right now, kiddies. We got 4 more games this week. We'll come back next week and see how we did. But for this week, those are Nick's picks, and I'm Nick Rosario, and nobody else will ever be.
I love it. I love it. Yo, shout out to my guy Nick. And follow him at your own risk.
Yes. Again, these are just my picks. I don't know. What do you call me?
So definitely, I'm looking forward to that.
You can follow me on Instagram if you really want to. That's all.
Right. For Nick's picks, we gotta make a little
21.
Yeah.
Follow me. Yeah.
There we go. There we go. So they can find you and say, "Damn Nick, damn it, Nick."
Right. Really, I'm on Twitter as well. Find me there. Just keep going.
Right. So, like we alluded to earlier in the show, another thing that we're also all involved in is fantasy football, ladies and gentlemen. And somebody,
I gotta take my lumps now. Right, I gotta take good.
Somebody did. I mean, couple people had great weekends. I don't know about you guys. Let's see if we can share this up here in the host league. Oh, as a matter of fact, hold up before I do this. I definitely want to. Nathan, if you are still with us, I'm going to bring you on right now.
Oh, is Nate here? Nate, you with us?
There we go.
There he is.
Nathan Snell is with us. Let me take this down.
What up, Nate?
Do this real quick. Nathan Snell, how you doing, buddy?
Doing just fine. How you doing?
I didn't mean to. Now, I want to shout you out, man. I know you had your stuff to do, so I tried to talk Lamar for you. When we go to one last word at the end, I'll let you kind of cover that. Sure. But as for this, Nate, I got to address it, man. First and foremost, I'm going to talk about my team. We got the W this week. We got the W. Let's go to the scoreboard of week 2. I'm not trying to brag or anything.
Sure.
But I did put Aaron Rodgers, my guy Aaron.
Yeah, okay.
I love him too. Thanks, Aaron.
Whatever.
He did his thing. Eckler, Julio, nice little W. I don't know who. Oh, Team Crespo? Who is that?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I don't know.
Let's go on and see who we have. Oh, wow. And in a very extremely high scoring game, Show Me Your TDs beat Baltimore Elite 239.82 to 216.
Right. What was going on there?
I mean, hold. Let me go to this box score real quick.
He had Aaron Jones and the tight end for Green Bay.
Oh my goodness.
Damn.
Gracious.
Yeah, that's
Wait
killer,
a
man.
minute.
You scored 216 and lose. That's heartbreaking. Well, see, that's the thing. If you looked at this, like Nate has like 400 points and 2 losses. Like, because I got him the first week because I scored like 160 something. And he scored 100 and whatever. It's like the guy's had 2 great weeks and he's 0-2. Like, how does that happen?
I don't get it either. Yeah,
Nathan, you have Lamar, you have Derrick Henry, you have Cooper Kupp.
Yes.
That's 140 points right there.
This is what I'm saying. Like,
it was like 212 before last night. I had Camry, but once he had Aaron Jones and then that tight end, I can't think of his name. That did it.
Robert Tanya, because he had Tanya in a touchdown. So yeah.
Unbelievable! What a game!
I know.
And I gotta come back here. Oh,
shut up,
Nick.
You know why?
You were down 20. You were up 20 when I looked at it last. What
but he had Devontae Adams playing.
Oh,
and he had a really good game.
Yeah, you that Green Bay
she only won by 5. Like, yes, I had a 20-point lead, but she had Devontae Adams, and I.
Oh. Well, you still had a good performance from everyone.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm doing okay. I'm 1-1 in this particular. Well, I mean, look at my team. I think my team is decent. Look at the team I have.
Yeah, I think you did. I mean, I can't see anywhere where you would have been able to make a sizable difference enough to win.
No, I think my defense sucked. I only got 2 points.
Yeah,
that would have been. I mean, I'm saying, if I had started Henry Ruggs instead of Jarvis Landry, I would have beat her.
Yeah.
I didn't start Ruggs, and he had like a 23-point game. So that killed me, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It happens. Those are the
Ruggs.
managerial decisions that, you're thinking. And Landry went out, obviously, so I didn't have the opportunity for him to get any more points. So I just got stuck with him as my flex player. So yeah.
Is Cameron the only one with a perfect?
It's 2-0. Yeah. Who else is any 2-0?
Cameron's the only 2-0 guy in this. And then by the ranking, it has Palmetto Skins, which is Will Kramer as number 2. Yeah. Knights Rosario is number 3. Nick Rosario. Double Deuces Loose on the 4 spot. Team Crespo at 5. Miss Janae Struther at 6. Ablo at 7. And my guy, Mr. Nathan Snell at 8.
Nate, man.
But hey, Nate, like we've been saying all show.
Only week 2, buddy.
Only week 2. It's only week 2.
We got 15 more games left.
Well, we got 11 more weeks of fantasy anyways, right? Week 14, we're done or whatever.
Nate, do you want to talk about the press conference? I heard they were asking you some pretty awful questions in the presser.
No, I mean, I was sure with my answers. It's only the first 2 weeks of the season. I mean, to go out there and score 400 points, we just got to figure out just how to close games.
Yeah.
Team effort, but I can't get mad at the effort that we're giving as a cohesive unit.
I love it.
I'm concerned about Big Ben. He did something with his pec muscle.
Ben's got a pectoral issue.
Yeah, I mean, we got 15 more games. So
good, yeah.
It's gonna be interesting. I am glad that we do have 15 more.
Who do we play next? Who are we up against next?
Okay. Let's take a look at the schedule for this
week 3. Okay, so myself, I play Palmetto Skins. I'm playing Will, and it's not looking good early. I projected down 13. Team Crespo Piratas.
Yeah, you got it.
Is playing Ab Low, the DMV Superman.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think Camara got shut down last week. Hopefully he has a better show out this week.
Right, step it up. Right. Week and the third matchup, Baltimore Elite. Nathan Snell plays Dallas Comeback. Plays Janae Struther. Interesting. It's gonna be. I see what we got going on. And last but not least,
you playing undefeated.
The Knights Rosario comes up against Show Me Your TD. This is gonna be interesting.
There you go.
This is gonna be interesting. Yes. And it right now gives you the slight edge.
My TDs, but I'm showing something.
Forever getting so much. I love that name. I love it. Absolutely love it. So definitely, ladies and gentlemen, tune in. And we're gonna keep bringing this out and showing all the different little performances, how we do. I definitely love. I'm 1-1 getting it done. But again, it's only week 2, ladies and gentlemen. It's only week 2. So we have to move on to the very last segment of the show, which is one last word. Yeah, buddy. One last word, ladies and gentlemen, where we kind of touch on just a little something that maybe we're thinking about, something that maybe happened during the season, during this week's games or the season, or that maybe doesn't have to do with football. We're just kind of giving you something to take you out on your week for the next week. And so I'm going to go with the guy that's right under me. You just got a big win, man. One last word. How you feeling?
I feel good. I'm still licking the wounds from the Monday night game.
No.
I'm still amazed at the resiliency that we showed. I did see a team, that's down 15 players, and that game really step up when it counted the most. I saw a guy will his team to win. He stayed with it the whole game, never gave up. I don't know how we did it. I'm glad we got the win. I'm glad they got that monkey off his back that they put on him. So we go face the Lions, and then we go to Mile House City. So we'll be on the road for 2 weeks.
Okay. That should be interesting. That should be very interesting. Nick, what you got for me, man?
Well, I'm going to go outside of football, and I'm going to go with baseball, and my word is clinch. As my Chicago White Sox this week, at some point, I believe our magic number is down to 3, we will clinch the AL Central, therefore clinching us a spot in this year's MLB playoffs.
Yes, sir.
Which makes little Nicky a happy man.
Yeah.
My White Sox have had a great year. You know, we've had our ups and downs like every team does, battled some injuries, but we've managed to stick it out, ride it out. You know, again, we probably got, you know, there was some luck involved. The Central wasn't as strong as it's been in past years, but that's okay because you beat the teams you're supposed to beat, and that's what good teams do, and that's what we've done. We're going to win our division by like 10, 11 games, so we have put a hurting on the NL Central or the AL Central, which I appreciate. It looks as though we're going to get the Houston Astros in that first round, which is a hell of a matchup for us. So I'm definitely looking forward to that first playoff matchup in October there. But, I'm just happy that my White Sox have come out this year, and off the momentum of last year, we've made the playoffs again, and that's a beautiful thing. Well, you know, we'll see what happens. We'll go into Houston. It looks like we're probably going to end up the 3 seed, so we'll have to go to Houston. They'll have home field. So we'll go into Houston and see what we can do. Let's do some damage and look forward to MLB playoffs as well, even though this is a football show. Baseball was always dear to my heart. So.
Respect to the true team, to the true Chicago team.
That's right.
The White Sox.
That's right. Go, you Cubby fans. Go sell out some more players. I don't know.
You know the history of why people defected. They shouldn't have tossed the pennant. Okay, you already know.
There you go.
You know that's the truth. I mean, that's why there was all because the Cubs were the newer team, so the White Sox was a Chicago team until scandal.
Yeah, we know it's happening. We have a black history, my friend, but that or dark history, but that is okay. We will rise like the phoenix.
Let's go.
Hey, unlike other people, I'm not a hater. I'm not.
I appreciate that, Delilah. I do, because there's plenty of them out there.
Yeah, it's vice versa. I got a lot of hate when the Cubs went to the World Series from a lot of Sox fans too.
I didn't hate. I just said we won before you did. That's all.
Oh my goodness, Delilah, what are you at? This is something else. You guys got something else going on over here. Delilah, what you got?
I'm not like that. Nah. Listen, I'm actually like tomorrow's the first day of fall. I'm it's hoodie weather. Woo! I like hoodie weather. You know, you put on a coat, nothing. You just toss on your hoodie, keep going. Flannel weather. You know what I'm saying? Like just it's comfortable weather. I like fall because in Chicago, as you learned in the summer, we don't have really seasons here.
Yeah.
So when we
not anymore.
So we can enjoy fall and actually, so fall is in the air. Enjoy that. You know, if a pumpkin latte makes you happy, by God, have that pumpkin latte. I don't know why people hate on the small things. Like if that is your content. Go do you have, I'm more of a maple person myself. It's all good. It's like, let's enjoy the fall, see the leaves change, right? Like, I like change, right? Because that's always means something, maybe new things come about. So I'm okay with that. And so, let's enjoy the first day of fall, everybody. Go watch the foliage. Watch the leaves change. Enjoy.
The word of the day is foliage.
We gotta enjoy the small things sometimes. Because there's so much out there. I know it could be very difficult. It'd be so easy to kind of lose yourself because we know there's bad stuff going on. We see it all around us, right? Sometimes you need to just step back, and just enjoy the cool breeze, do your fall stuff. Halloween is my favorite holiday, so I'm excited, so it's just, see how it goes, right? That's all. Like, enjoy the small things, everybody. And like I said, if you need that pumpkin latte, you go get that pumpkin latte, like.
I can dig it. Hey, go ahead. And if you want to wear those Uggs, and those tight little right. Do. Girls, I'm not mad. Love you, babe.
Yeah, I love you,
babe. Man, you could bring out your windbreakers and your flannels. It's all good.
Hey, I love it. Hey, piggybacking on that, I absolutely love it. There's nothing that is better to me than a college football town in the fall. Yeah. Football on Saturday, football on Sunday. Major League is in the playoffs. Basketball is right around the corner.
Best time of the year, my friend.
I love this time of the year. Another reason is because the 22nd, the 26th, October 11th, and October 16th. My brother's birthday tomorrow. My birthday's Sunday.
Hey.
My parents' birthday's in October. So I love this little time of the year, this little nook, because it's all 4 of our birthdays. We can all knock it out. And then we have my sister's birthday in May. So we just leave her out there in the spring. We had you in the spring. You ain't really one of us. You ain't really one of us.
You go over there.
Hey, my mama had all her kids in the fall too. What's with that? I'm the summer baby. I got left behind.
You like my sister there. Yeah, you and my sister would get along, Delilah. Straight up. But honestly, in this day and age, with everything that's been going on, Nick, you were talking to us about, the people in your life and the things that, they were going through and dealing with. We gotta just remember to be thankful. So, my dad was asking me today, what do you want for your birthday? And I honestly, it was the funniest thing. I sat there and thought for a second, and I said, I don't want anything. I got everything that I want. I get to do a show almost every night with my friends. I'm watching Nate's stuff all the time. I got football every single day of the week. I don't want anything. I got the most amazing fiance in the absolute world. Right. Get those points. Hey, the birthday is coming up. I got to get some points on that one.
You gotta get some points on that one for sure. You definitely get some for sure.
You gotta keep the home straight, my friend.
Right.
I think it's.
You don't want any furniture moving now.
Right. So I got to shout out you guys. I got to shout out Washington Football Weekly, Janae, Let's Talk Football, my fiance, everybody, because just this time of the year is absolutely my favorite time. Football is obviously here, and then my birthday is obviously here and everything, but getting cold outside, the leaves start to turn colors in fall. You know what I mean? It's right around the holiday. Delilah, you talked about Halloween. Mm-hmm. Absolutely love this time of the year. And this is coming up to be one of the best years in memory. So I appreciate you guys. Definitely appreciate this show and all the work that we do on this show. Anytime I get to get with my friends and talk football, I absolutely am just in love with that. And so, but guys, we've been going for a while. We have to let you guys go. It's almost 11:30 here in Virginia. So I already know my baby's in the bed.
There's a Santa Claus.
So right. So for me, your host, Sean Spencer, the host of Diversity with Delilah, Mr. Delilah Crespo, the host of Nick's Picks, Mr. Nicholas I Want the Smoke Rosario, and Nathan Snell. Yes, sir. Host
one Nathan under Snell.
With
liberty and justice for all. Is there?
I like that.
Nathan under Snell, right?
I like that.
The host of Big Nate's Talk podcast. Nate, are you going on tonight?
I have to go. I'm going live tonight. I've been watching the WNBA and the Mystics. Got eliminated Sunday from the playoffs contention. So
my Sky are doing well. Woo!
I got a vent. And the playoffs are starting.
Sorry.
The playoffs are starting Wednesday. So the Sky play the Wings and the Mercury play the Liberty. So it's a single game elimination.
Sky. Get it, girls.
Let's go. Might have set something up for y'all to be talking. Y'all need to go ahead and talk some WNBA.
Hey, when Candace Parker came home, we were like,
I can dig it. Absolutely. So guys, we're gonna go ahead and let you go, ladies and gentlemen. So we thank you so much for tuning in. We love y'all dearly. We will talk to you later.